Hey, I'm Alex Radcliffe from Board Game Co., and it's another week in review, going over all the new stuff, different things, topics, although topic this week is going to be very light just because I'm busy, we'll talk about that. But either way, news, what the videos were, all the kinds of things, timestamps as usual in the bar down below. But with that, let's go ahead and get into it, starting off with some news stuff, and then we'll go into game news, and then topic, and then all the updates we can review and all of that. Starting off with the fact that ISS Vanguard put out another development update. I'll link to that down below. I'll link to everything down below in general. But they put out another video, a 30-minute long video, talking about the game changes, just small differences, things that they're going on there, the ship book, the phases, just going through all that, giving you a look into the current ship phase of the book. Not that interesting unless you're interested in ISS Vanguard, but then again, that's there. So, I mean, I don't recommend that as your first introduction to ISS Vanguard if you're interested in ISS Vanguard. But if you're already interested in ISS Vanguard, that is a good development update as far as what they're doing. And they've been putting this, Awaken also been putting out these updates fairly regularly, which is nice. I like seeing these, you know, high-quality, well-produced development updates of the game. So it's cool. It's cool to see those. But either way, next up, we have 1 million copies of Wingspan sold. That's a lot of money spent on Wingspan. If you assume the average game roughly in the range of $50, you can get it on sale, of course, but people have also paid more. So let's say 45. That's like $45 million spent on Wingspan. That is a lot of Wingspan, in case you were wondering. That's a lot of Wingspan, but very happy for Stone Mountain Games, for Elizabeth Hargrave, for the smashing success that Wingspan has had, even if it is not my personal favorite game. I enjoy it, just to be clear, but I'm one of those people who never really saw the full appeal of Wingspan. I've owned it at different points because I do think it's a very nice, solid, accessible game, but eventually I got rid of it because I wasn't asking for it and other people in my group weren't asking for it, and I have other gateway-like games. But again, I'm the minority here. This is a well-rated, well-loved game. 1 million copies is not, I mean, not a lot of games can print 1 million copies sold on the box, just saying. Not a lot of games out there. From there we have Henry Cavill. I'm sure half of you know this already, but Henry Cavill was on the Graham Norton show, and Henry Cavill, if you didn't already know this, Henry Cavill is freaking awesome, okay? He's just an awesome person. I don't mean this, like I shouldn't say that, he's not an awesome person. He might be an awesome person, I don't know him personally, but he seems like an awesome person. First of all, I like his acting in general. I've liked him in anything from the original, what was the Royals TV show, The Tudors or whatever it was, he's in that show, and then I liked him in Superman. I was a big fan of Superman, even when people were all upset about it, but the only Superman movie I've ever liked was with Henry Cavill in it. Not the Batman vs. Superman one. That one's fun, but not great. But the first one, whatever it's called. But yeah, that one I really enjoyed. And then he's amazing in The Witcher. He's awesome in basically any role he's played, but I like him a lot in general as an actor. And then separately from the acting part, because acting is one thing, but he seems to have a very... I don't know what the right word is, because these are people we don't actually know necessarily. Like, he's just a person, he's an actor. He's not like someone I can relate to on a personal level, except that goes to the point where I'm about to say, which is he does seem a little more relatable than other actors because he seems to have a shared interest in, well, geek culture to a large degree. He builds his own computers, which I definitely do and have done. He has a Warhammer army and all that. He's into Warhammer. He paints and builds and plays and all that, which I don't do anymore, but I used to do and all that. So he's very into geek culture in general, which just makes him seem more relatable, which is why I like him more, even though I don't know him. But in any case, that aside, he's on the Graham Norton show talking about geek culture and his interests, and Graham Norton was like poking fun at him, and it got the internet up in arms. Now, to be fair to Graham Norton, in general, not that I know Graham Norton or care about him either, but Graham Norton does tend to poke fun at his celebrity guests in general. I think the line here that made it a bit different is poking fun at people for geek things is often done in a malicious way, so even if it's done in a playful way, it seems more harmful. It seems more harmful, meaning it's not, it seems like it's more of a, oh, we're back to that again, we're back to picking on the geeks. And so the internet rose up in defense of Henry Cavill, which is awesome, because you should. I mean, again, I don't actually wish any will against Graham. I assume it's just the common, general picking on the desk for all his guests, but it is a more sensitive topic to be like, okay, let's lay off people and playing with Warhammer games, okay? It's that or watching a bunch of people hit a ball around the court. That's not better. It's just different. Anyways, I like Henry Cavill. I'm just talking about that because I saw the clip and thought it was funny. I also saw another thing that was very funny. If you play Warhammer, it was a little meme that was saying Henry Cavill is set to earn $1 million per episode for the next series of The Witcher, which means by the time we're halfway through the season, he should be able to afford a 3,000-point Warhammer army, which is hilarious if you know Warhammer. Anyways, moving on from there, we have Ravaged Star. Speaking of Warhammer-ish, sort of, that's a nice tie-in. Ravaged Star is a new upcoming Gamefound campaign from Mini Wargaming, I think that's what it's called. I have to double check the name of the company, but it's basically a YouTube channel that they're doing a Kickstarter for a bunch of miniatures, not a game. The reason I'm interested is not because of Warhammer, I'm done with Warhammer, but because they're from the design or sculpting, whatever it is being done by Wild Ascent, the same people, by Lazy Squire Games, who I love their miniatures in general, their sculpt design, I love all that. And you can see, I mean, if you go into the Gamefound page, you can clearly see the workings of a Wild Ascent, Lazy Squire Games type campaign. Very excited for it. Why? No good reason whatsoever at all. I don't know what I'm going to do with them. I don't often buy extra miniature accessories, but for something that are the miniature production quality of Lazy Squire Games, I am tempted. I'll say that. I'm not saying I'm doing it, I'm not saying I'm not. I don't know yet. I have to see the pricing and the this and the that, and I have to like justify and lie to myself what games I'll use them in. Maybe, somehow, I don't know. I mean, I never really liked, no, I don't know, whatever. Either way, we'll see. But yeah, just in case you're interested in a bunch of cool miniatures that are... Oh, speaking of the Warhammer, the reason I say Warhammer adjacent is because they seem to be mimicking the Warhammer 40k style of Space Marines. That's what they're going for. So if you want a cheaper... Again, speaking of the Henry Cavill joke and being unable to afford Warhammer armies, if you want cheaper miniatures, you can probably get those and proxy them in, assuming you're not playing against a hardcore Warhammer player, because they'll destroy you if you try doing that. They'll not have that at all. You got to buy your miniatures and paint them. If you try to bring your miniatures to the table and play without painting your miniatures, get out the door. Get out the door. Now I'm making fun of Warhammer people. That's not cool. That's a weird twist. That was not supposed to happen. I like people. I like Warhammer players. I was one. Was one. Not M1. Anyways, moving on to game news. Game news, and there's a whole bunch of things, so I'm going to try to rattle through these fairly quickly. I took way too much time on those first four, but Board&Dice has another title coming. I think the designers of... I don't remember, I'm not going to try to dwell on this. They have another title coming, another, heavy Euro dice placement kind of style game. They all seem to do well. People like them. I need to play more of them. I haven't played any since Tzolk'in. I own Tabanusi. I own Teotihuacan. I own them. I just haven't played it. I don't own Tabanusi. I own Teotihuacan and Tekenu. Those are the ones I own. I don't have Tabanusi just yet. We have Legends of Andor has a junior expansion. Legends of Andor Junior has another expansion coming, or an expansion coming. But basically, Legends of Andor is a game from Cosmos. I haven't dove into it quite yet because it always seemed too light for me. I'm actually more interested in it now, having just played Robin Hood with my daughter and enjoying it as a family lighter experience. I would say if you are someone who has played Legends of Andor and you think it's a good experience either for your game group or solo, it can have even be played solo, I don't even know, or playing with your kids, let me know, because it went from never really being a game that was on my radar to suddenly I'm a little intrigued as to whether that's a game experience that I would enjoy playing with my kids. From there we have, I'm probably not going to play it myself, but if you have played it with your game group and you think it does hold up, then let me know. Maybe I would. That was way too loud. From there we have Exit Games. Exit Games, more from Cosmos, have announced that they're doing a bunch of Lord of the Rings and Marvel Exit Games. I think they're doing the Lord of the Rings ones first, but just themed Exit Games in case you're interested. Escape from something or other, I don't know. Try not to knock a giant rock into a pit. Don't do that. That apparently triggers the orcs. From there we have Astro Knights. Astro Knights is going to be an upcoming Kickstarter. This is basically a relaunching sort of Aeon's End. Not really a relaunching. I think Aeon's End still exists, but they're doing some. They're taking the Aeon's End basic core concept of the game and they're putting it to a new system called Astro Knights. Some changes, some accessibility differences. The other game still fully exists. Aeon's End is totally there, but this will be coming to, I believe, Kickstarter. I'm pretty sure it's not Gamefound, but that will be coming to Kickstarter in January. We have more information on Jurassic Park Legacy, which we talked about in the past on This Week in Review. But basically, Polygon has a full article going into the various. They've played a few games. They have a little bit of a journey of the experience. You'll be playing as the classic characters from the Jurassic Park game. So this isn't like another Far Cry incident where, I don't know if you know about the Far Cry incident. Far Cry has gone from being a game I'm interested in to a game I have like no interest in because of what they seem to have done with the game. Sorry, tangent here. Far Cry is coming to a board game, and I love Far Cry, the series, but I'll assume I'll get or try Far Cry, the board game, but I am so uninterested in it right now, having looked at pictures and theme and covering what they're doing. I don't have any interest. I still want to try it, because I like Far Cry, but I went to having zero interest. Anyways, moving back to Jurassic Park, this one does look interesting and will cover characters from the original movie, so if you want more information about that, I will link to the Polygon article down below. Again, links to everything down below. We have Cartaventura. I think this is also from Cosmos as well. It's an adventure game. It's another little system that they're having, another small box system. Almost dropped this again. Let's put that down. Another small box system that seems to be going for like adventuring, laying over cards, flipping over. Seventh Continent is to a degree, but in a lighter system. So if you're interested in that, that will be coming out. We have Tidal Blades is coming, and I knew this was a thing for a while, but it seems like they officially put up the pre-launch page, so I'll link to that. But a pre-launch page to Tidal Blades, the dungeon crawling game, plus RPG. So they're taking the Tidal Blades universe, but it's not Tidal Blades 2 by a long shot, which, as usual, I think will hurt and help them, and I don't know which one more, because people who weren't interested in Tidal Blades might not click on it because they're like, what do I need Tidal Blades 2 for? I didn't want Tidal Blades 1, even though it's just set in the Tidal Blades universe. This is always the case when you have one of those Valeria games, or what other games have done this? Other games have done this, they're not coming to mind immediately, but when you have a shared universe, but totally different games, it's always a good thing and a bad thing. You're going to pull people in who might not have been interested because they like the original, and you're going to scare people away who might have been interested because they didn't like the original. But anyways, that's that. We have Coatl is coming to with a card game. Coatl is a game that kind of a Zool-like to a degree, grabbing different snake pieces, trying to connect your snakes, score points for your snakes based on scoring, objective cards, all that. They're bringing out a card game, so that's going to be coming out. Don't know much about the gameplay. And then we have Catapult, Feud, Hydra. They're basically coming back to Kickstarter. Catapult Feud is a game where you just knock these little catapults and smash rocks into other people's towers. More of an activity than a game in the classical sense. I mean, if you're comparing it to like a game like Coconuts, sure. It's not a strategic, action type of game so much as a dexterity, smash things down type of game. But that said, it's fun. I've enjoyed playing with my kids. I have the base game. That's it. I kind of want to get the expansions because my kids like doing it. So we'll see how that goes. But they're coming out with the Hydra expansion, and that's coming to Kickstarter. Which brings us to Topic of the Week. And like I said, this is a very short one because I didn't have anything planned for Topic of the Week, and I am running short on time because here's the deal. So, Topic of the Week, let's talk about PAX. Why PAX? Because I didn't have anything else on my agenda this week. PAX Unplugged will be, well, this weekend. Today, right now, as we speak, is PAX Unplugged. When I'm recording this, it's not yet PAX Unplugged, but it will be shortly. I will not be there Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, but I will be there on Sunday. I'm going to be heading out from Cleveland Saturday night, driving not through the night, I'll be leaving like in late afternoon, so I'll be basically arriving in Philadelphia somewhere around midnight or so, getting a good night's sleep, and then being at PAX for Sunday. I'll be there the whole Sunday, wandering around. As usual, if you see me, first of all, if you're at PAX and you're watching this video now, I don't know what you're doing. I mean, thank you. Thank you for being here, even when you're at PAX. But on the off chance you are watching this video and you see me, by all means, say hi. Same rules always apply. Say hi, interrupt me, whatever it is, it's all good. I'm happy to talk to anyone, and I will be trying to walk around and talk to people and all that stuff and just get that. I went to Origins. This is my first convention. This is my second convention, so I'm very still convention new. My first time at PAX, obviously, so this is my second convention. But I'm looking forward to wandering around, talking to people, seeing people who I saw last time, seeing people who I'm already friends with, interacting with new people, publishers, content creators, whoever. It's still a fun thing for me. I want to wander around, see the new games, pick up Lost Ruins of Arnak expansion, which I need to get. I love Lost Ruins of Arnak. I need that expansion for that. But anyways, yeah, but because of PAX, I am also busier because, for context, I still have a full-time job, which means I get a lot of my video production done on Sundays. A lot. Like, the 10 or so videos a week that I put out, I usually get about 5 or 6 of those done on Sunday, which clears me for the week, and that way I can kind of get away with doing one a day for the rest of the other days, maybe even a little less. If I do 5 or 6 on Sunday, I have to get like 4 done in the next 6-7 days, the next 6 days of the week, which gives me a little bit of breathing room, a little bit of breathing space to actually play games, to actually lead a life, have a job, interact with my family, all those other stuff. And when I lose Sundays, that means I have to get all those 6 videos done sometime else. Which means this entire week has been jam-packed. It has been completely jam-packed. I've had like no breathing room this entire week because I've been loading all the videos for this week, plus trying to get ahead of next week so I have videos done, so I don't come back, Monday morning to having no videos whatsoever. It is a process. It is a process that, again, it's just the nature of me still juggling multiple things. Eventually it won't be a conversation as much, but losing Sundays hurts. It hurts a lot. The flip side is getting an extra vacation day for, I don't know, July 4th or whatever kind of extra vacation day. Those things let me get ahead of the curve a bit. So right now, I'm trying to do what I can, but like I said, it has been a busy week on multiple counts. I've been playing a lot of games, been a bunch of scheduled games and whatnot. I played Marvel Zombies. Don't tell anyone. We'll talk about it soon. But yeah, it has been a fun week. So I don't have much of a topic of the week other than saying I'll be at PAX. Lots of fun games to pick up at PAX. I'm sure there'll be Maglev Metro, which is fantastic. Maglev Metro is not on this table, darn it. But it is. There's a lot of games out there. There's a lot of games going on. A lot of people who I hope to interact with at PAX that I didn't see at Origins, either because they weren't there or because I didn't run into them. And I hope to have fun. And then get a good night's sleep and all that. And then drive back Sunday night so I can go to work Monday morning. Yay, lots of fun things. But with that, let's go ahead and move into the week in review. Let me grab a sip of coffee first. Week in review. Starting off with what I played as usual. So, as usual as well, I don't have my recent plays logged, which means I'm going to have to go to the end, like I'm all the way through Monday here. I have my plays logged through Monday, which means I'm going to have to like recall through what happened after Monday. So bear with me. Okay, like I said, and these are never perfect. These are all general approximation. Although the plus side is I got a lot of stuff done before that. So, starting from Thursday, which is usually when I start looking at these, because based on when I film, I usually film these either on Wednesday or Thursday, usually on Thursday, which means I usually start counting from Thursday. Anyways, that's a bit of a sidetrack. I got in like 4 plays of Yummy Yummy Monster Tummy. I'm still playing that with my kids. They enjoy it. Like, Tom Vassell loved that game. He gave it a Seal of Excellence, a Dice Tower, and I enjoy the activity with my kids. I am not yet a fan of Yummy Yummy Monster Tummy, and I'm saying this to someone who is a huge fan of the Quest Chronicles, whatever it's called, the Quest for the Moonstone, Kids Chronicles Quest for the Moonstone from Lucky Duck. But Yummy Yummy Monster Tummy, I only enjoy it in the sense that it's an activity that I can do with my children, that we have fun together. The game itself, I do not like at all. But I mean, again, I like spending time with my kids, and it's a quick like 5-minute games, whatever. I'll cover it. I'll review it at some point. Yummy Yummy Monster Tummy. We have Skytier Horde. Got another game of that in. That's going to be an upcoming Kickstarter. I believe they're aiming for January. That's the new version of Skytier. That's another example. That's a game that's set in the Skytier universe that has nothing to do gameplay-wise with Skytier. We have Codenames. Gotten 2 more plays of Codenames. I think I need to get 2 more plays of that in order to lock it in for my 25-game challenge. I do challenges in my app, my Board Game Stats app. And for those challenges, one of the ones I have is play 5 games 25 times. I think I have 3 of them done already, and I need to get 2 more done. And one of them, if I get 2 more plays of Codenames in, I'll be done. Now keep in mind, timeline-wise, I'm running out of time because it's for the year. So Codenames should be easy to knock out. I need to check out what the other one is, and if I don't make the challenge, well then all life is over and days are ruined. It doesn't really matter. It's just to incentivize me. Gotten a play of Trajan, a second play of Trajan, technically. No, that was my first play of Trajan. I got in 2 plays of Trajan this week. I got a play of Trajan, which is Stefan Feld game, top 100. It's one of my lesser enjoyed Feld games, personally. I like it, I enjoy it. I'm still debating as to whether to keep it or not. I've played it in the past. Jesse and Shira got a copy, and I played it with them, and I'm kind of debating, do I get it back? Do I not? I like it. How much do I like it? It's a solid game. It's just not one of my personal favorites. For context, I have like 5 Feld games in my top 100 this year, and Trajan is not one of them. But either way, Hadrian's Wall, which is delightful. Hadrian's Wall is incredible. I'll have a review of that hopefully up today. We'll talk. I mean, I spoiled my review. I like the game. You can skip the review, go buy it, or don't buy it. Depends what you want. Trajan, another play of Trajan. This is now on to Friday. Got another play of Trajan. Gotten 2 plays of Rolling Realms. A play of Nova Luna. Nova Luna is an Uwe Rosenberg game that they came out with Nova Luna and Sagani. Sagani I'll be playing as well. I covered Nova Luna with my wife a while ago on the channel. I'll probably be doing a Play This Not That, a Nova Luna versus Sagani. They have similar gameplay while being different. I don't think you need to own both. I enjoy them both enough that I will probably own both, but you definitely don't need. There's a lot of overlap in the general gameplay style. I'm not going to spoil more about it. We have Hadrian's Wall. Got a play of Hadrian's Wall. Oh, did I miss a play? There should be a log play here. Where's my play of Encyclopedia? I don't know if I don't know what order I logged this in, so I might have missed it. But Encyclopedia, I got a play. I actually have like 4 plays of Encyclopedia this week. But I got in a play of Encyclopedia, which is an upcoming game from Holy Grail Games. Really enjoying it. Really, really enjoying it on that one. I shouldn't be spoiling things, but really enjoying Encyclopedia. Looking forward to that a lot. They pushed off the Kickstarter campaign to January. I was sad they pushed off the campaign. Doesn't matter. I'm not getting the game either way, and I have the prototype anyway. But really enjoying Encyclopedia. We'll talk more about it in a review. Speaking of which, we're up to Saturday now, where I got another play of... No, that sounds wrong. Oh, that's why. Okay, got another play of Hadrian's Wall, so I got another play of that. And then got another play of Encyclopedia. Gotten a few plays of Radlands, which kind of surprised me. We'll see how that one. We'll talk more about it at some point. Gotten a play of Vindication. Oh my gosh, Vindication is so much fun. Every time I can table Vindication, I'm happy, and I table Vindication, and so I'm happy. Really enjoy that game. Gotten multiple plays of Rove, the newest Button Shy game, small little pocket game. Really enjoy that one as well. I'll talk more about it. Actually, no, I already have it. No, I don't. I don't have a video of it. Never mind. We have Sagani. Gotten a play of Sagani. Gotten 2 plays of Codenames Duet, which technically doesn't count for my plays of Codenames, so... if you count the full Codenames genre, I have multiple plays of Codenames going on. We got another play on Sunday, got another play of Hadrian's Wall, as well as 3 plays of Mind MGMT. Wow, that was fun. Mind MGMT is absolutely fantastic. I'll just tell you right now, it's absolutely my top 100. Where at my top 100 is a different conversation, but it's a fantastic game. Really enjoying Mind MGMT. Then I got into play of That's Pretty Clever. One of the players who played Hadrian's Wall, I want to teach them That's Pretty Clever to give them a, alternative experience. Check out these 2 games, see how they go. And then got into play of Horizon Zero Dawn. Horizon Zero Dawn from Steamforged Games, which short impressions of that are, I completely understand the critiques that exist of the game. And my review, when I do it, I need to play it a lot more. My review when I do it's going to be messy because, as of right now, if I were reviewing this today, I would be starting, and I imagine this won't change, this part won't change, but effectively, I'm going to have to start my review by saying, by the way, there's a lot of complaints about this game. Like, a lot. I can pick out 15 different complaints about the game as to why you might not like it. And yet I enjoy it. The general core gameplay, it feels like a Kickstarter game in a negative way, meaning it feels like a Kickstarter game in the sense that it feels like it could have gone through different changes or testing or feedback that would have improved upon the experience, for sure. But I still like it. Now, this kind of feels like my review of Etherfields, if you ever watched that, where my Etherfields is kind of the same concept. Etherfields had a lot of problems, but at the end of the day, I enjoy the experience. I enjoy the gameplay. I think it's a solid game. And Horizon Zero Dawn has a lot of things I like. It's got, a little puzzle trying to figure out how to actually take down the various creatures. It's got powers and abilities. It has, you leveling up across multiple scenarios. It has teamwork in a way. It's a little semi-co-op and co-op, which is a little messy. One of my many critiques is the way that's handled. But if you play the game to have fun, it is a very solid game. If you play the game with the mindset of looking to be critical, which as a reviewer you should do, which is why I will have to cover those criticisms, but I will be covering most of those criticisms with like a big giant disclaimer, like I'm about to tell you 10 things that might be a problem for you. Also, only 2 of those things bother me, and they don't stop me from enjoying the game. Now, granted, this is one play in, and one of the critiques I've seen is that the gameplay is repetitive. And if that critique holds up, that could affect my opinion of the game as I continue to dive into it. So we'll see. Although I'm confused how the gameplay could be that repetitive because the vast amount of stuff going on. I don't know. Either way, right now I will say that I'm really enjoying Horizon Zero Dawn, but only one play in. So, I need more time with it. But anyways, that's Horizon Zero Dawn. Then from there, and I need to remember the other stuff I played, I got another play of Encyclopedia. I know I didn't log that one yet. I played that with my wife, 2-player. I've played it so far at 2, 3, and 4 players. I have not played the solo mode. Maybe I should dive into it solo. I have. They pushed out the Kickstarter, so I have more time. See, at first they sent me the copy, but it really got caught up in customs or something, and it got delayed. I initially was only going to have a week to cover it, but now they pushed out the Kickstarter, which gives me more time, which is great. But what else was there? I got in a play of Forbidden Stars. I got in a play of Forbidden Stars. I played 2 rounds of Forbidden Stars 4 years ago with my friend, and he did not like it, and so we stopped. He didn't like it that much, and we stopped, and I haven't played it since. But I got in a play from with Devin from Quackalope. I got in a play with him, which was fantastic. Really enjoyed Forbidden Stars. Solid game, which is a little fun because I actually have a different Warhammer game leaving my collection, which is a fun little drama there. But anyways, Forbidden Stars, very excited about that one. Looking forward to diving back in. The combat is excellent in that game. The upgrading is excellent. The hidden powers and planning, love that in game systems, and love the way it's implemented here in a way you can block people. Forbidden Stars is hard to get. It's out of print, so sorry about that, but I really enjoy so far. And then I have a play, and again, I'm starting to run out. I also played Tranquility. I know I got that in. Anything else? And then the last one I haven't talked about yet, is Marvel Zombies. So, let's talk about Marvel Zombies. Okay. So, I'm not going to heavily go into it yet because, I don't know how much I can say or not. Hopefully I don't get in trouble for what I say now. Hopefully, we'll see. But I got to play with Marvel Zombies. Really like it. I don't know if I'll have a review up on the channel or not. What I will say is this, okay? If you force me, I'm going to keep my feedback very limited, okay? Just enough to be obnoxious. That's what it's going to be. I apologize. So, the core gameplay mechanics, those things have already been clarified in other videos. You can check out different videos, just check out everything you need to know Marvel Zombies in 8 minutes or less. Fantastic video. It goes over all the stuff about, Marvel Zombies and things that change there. But Marvel Zombies, for context, is Marvel Zombicide, for those who don't know. But what I will say is, mid-game, I was at the chat with somebody else, and they said, how's it going? And I said, if I had to choose between Black Plague and Marvel Zombies right now, I would choose Marvel Zombies. Okay? And if for those who know, Black Plague is my gold standard of the Zombicide universe. And I was very worried that Marvel Zombies would not be difficult enough. It's difficult enough. Don't worry about that. It is difficult enough. Now, they might have difficulty scaling to make it more accessible, but at least with the rules we played, it is difficult enough. I'm not worried about that at all. Plus, it has the Marvel IP, which I love. It has enough new and fresh and different things to the Zombicide universe that it feels like a different game. To be very clear, Black Plague is not going anywhere, and I don't want it to go anywhere. But if I had to choose, the combination of the Marvel IP, the things it's doing that make it a solid system, and the fact that I've played Black Plague like 30 times, and I've played Marvel Zombies, well, twice. So that does affect my I like things that are new and shiny. I do. So that factored in as well. Like if I was recommending to you, well, I'd probably still recommend Marvel Zombies because Marvel IP. I really like Marvel Zombies. I'm not going to choose right now. I'm not. I mean, I know I told you. If I had to choose, I would choose Marvel Zombies. That part is true. Now, what I will say, because it's worth noting this, I am not purely a CMON hype machine. Okay, I'm not. Like, I mean, I like CMON games and I do hype them up, but I have to like them. Like, for context, if you look, like I played Master of the Universe, the board game, and I really, really liked it a lot. And so I asked them to make a copy to review and cover, and they did, and I covered it, and I gave it a 5 out of 5, and I really liked the game. And that's fine. I also played Undead or Alive, right? I also had a gameplay of Undead or Alive before the Kickstarter came out. And when I played Undead or Alive, the Western-themed Zombicide game, I didn't walk around saying this is the best Zombicide ever. Just the opposite. I backed it, but I backed it when people asked. I was very clear. I was like, no, this is one that I'm backing with the full awareness that it may well leave the collection. I did like Undead or Alive. I did. I liked it more than Invader. That part I can say for sure. I did not like it more than Black Plague, at least based on my one play, but I wanted more plays. I only tried a single scenario. I wanted to see more and get a feel for the game, the universe, the system, all that. So yes, I backed Undead or Alive, but I was very clear after playing it that I was not yet sold that this would be a game that lasts in my collection compared to Black Plague. Marvel Zombies, I like that one. I like it a lot. And Bloodborne too, by the way. I also played Bloodborne. Got rid of that one. It wasn't for me. Designed by Michael Chanel as well, who I love Michael Chanel in Rum and Bones. I love Michael Chanel in Master of the Universe. And now I love Michael Chanel in Marvel Zombies. I did not love Michael Chanel in Bloodborne. To be very clear, that's more of a me problem than a him problem, because my biggest complaint about Bloodborne was, hey, this feels like the video game. I didn't like the video game. So good job on you, but that's not for me. But I was hoping it wouldn't feel like the video game, which is my bad. But anyways, my point is, I love Marvel Zombies. Solid game. I may or may not have a review on the channel. We'll see. Trust me, I'm reaching out to them to tell me to try to get a copy if they have one, because, I mean, I will be nice to the game. Not, like, I have complaints. It's not perfect. It's not a perfect system. I have still things I would have loved to see differently. Don't think those things will change, but I like the game a lot in its current form. That's where we are right now with Marvel Zombies. And yes, I was excited about Marvel Zombies, so take that into account. Whatever bias you think there is to, well, Alex just wants to like the game. Alex does want to like the game, but Alex was prepared to like the game and house rule what he needed to keep the game. Alex doesn't need to house rule the game. Alex just needs to learn how to talk in third person anymore. Anyways, that is the what I played, which brings us to the week in review. This is a longer video today. Oh boy, it's late. Okay, longer video today. Starting off with Saturday. This past Saturday, we have Tranquility. I did a review of Tranquility, which is a solid game. Really enjoy that. It's more of a gameplay and review with my wife. Really enjoy that game. To me, Tranquility is a 4. It's a lighter game, but lighter games are not inherently bad. Lighter games, to me, are situational. I think lighter games being less intricacy to the table, which makes them more likely to not be a fit for me, but I like a lot of lighter games. If you look at my top 100, there's a good 15-20 games that are very light experiences that are just enjoyable to play, and Tranquility is one of them. So solid recommendation there. Really enjoy that one. Lucky Duck picked it up for distribution from the original Kickstarter, who Board something. I can't remember the name of the company. Anyways, later on Saturday, I had a review for Luna Capital from Devere Games. Had some complaints about it, but overall, really enjoyed it. Another solid lineup that fits into my Calico, Cascadia, and Verdant universe, but it's not the same publisher. It just feels very samey in the general gameplay style of picking things and trying to make your point scoring work. Really enjoy that one. 4 out of 5 again. That one's also being added to my collection. Both these are my collection. We have Sunday. Sunday we have a Borderlands Should You Back It video. That's a game I'm still deciding whether to keep my pledge. The gameplay looks fun. My challenge is just that, it costs money, which things do, but then also the fact that, do I need, like, I like the Borderlands video game, and that the IP is really the main thing holding me there. I think the gameplay does actually look good. My complaint is that, my complaint is that I have too many games in this genre of rolling dice and attacking baddies, and I don't know if I need another one to be distracting me, especially now that I have Marvel Zombies adding the collection and Black Plague's not going anywhere. By the way, Invader's gone. Invader's just straight up gone. Like, there's no point in me having too many Zombicides. Undead or Alive is already going to challenge stuff. Invader's gone. Anyways, that is that. So we'll see how things go as far as where was I? As far as Borderlands. I don't know if I'm keeping my pledge or not. I locked it in for the early bird. We'll see how things go. I think I probably will, with the expectation that I could sell it if it doesn't work for me. We'll see how things play out over there. We have later on Monday. Monday we had a Gamefound versus Kickstarter video covering the comparisons between Gamefound and Kickstarter, just going over how campaigns have done, things like that. Kind of just a general analysis video of the two platforms and how they're doing, because Gamefound came in to challenge the space, and it's doing phenomenally well in that sense. but also I think it has a lot of areas where it still can improve, so we'll see how things go. Give me a second for coffee. Later on Monday, we had a Horizon Zero Dawn unboxing. Speaking of which, now for context, I did that unboxing like a month ago. It only just went up. So, and then ironically, this was not planned. It just happened to be that way. Unplanned. The same day the same day the video went up, which is Monday, that was the first time I actually played Horizon Zero Dawn. So I played Horizon Zero Dawn the day the unboxing went up. That was a pure coincidence. It was not planned. But anyways, yeah, so I enjoyed it like I told you already. The unboxing is insane. Tons of miniatures. I don't know if it stays long term or not, by the way. I still need to play it more. The only thing I will say is I very much enjoyed my initial experience. But anyways, from there we have Tuesday. We have 3 videos. Tuesday we had an Anno 1800 review. Fantastic game from Martin Wallace. Really enjoying that one. Very much gives me the Le Havre and Brass feel. Those are the 2 games I recommended at the end of the video. It feels like a combination of Le Havre and Brass. Both of which are fantastic games that are very high up in my top 100 games, spoiler, but effectively, yeah, so Anno 1800, which feels like both those games, it worked really well, and I like Martin Wallace games, I like Martin Wallace designs in general, haven't kept them all, but I really like the engine of it. 4.5 out of 5 for me. I think I gave it a 4.5, I'm pretty sure I did. Was it a 4? No, I'm 99% sure it was, the confusion in my head is, the first time I played Anno was a 4. And then over multiple plays, it grew for me. So I'm pretty sure it was a 4.5. That's where I would rate it. So if I give it a 4, I'm going to bump that up already. Sorry. But I think I gave it a 4.5. Anyways, I really like it. I'm keeping it, obviously, and looking forward to any expansion content. Not that it needs it. I'm so, like, in my head, as soon as I like a game, I'm like, expansion, which even though I don't actually play with them right away sometimes. Very often they stay in the box until I feel I need it. Then later on Tuesday, we had a review for Castle Party. This is another Devere Games review. Sadly, this one was not for me. It's not a bad game. It's a little roll and write, polyomino-ish, flip and write, polyomino-ish game. It's not a bad game. It just doesn't stand out for me in a crowded space of polyomino games. I gave it a 3 out of 5. It will not be staying for me. I have too many great roll and write games in the genre, too many great polyomino games. I don't need that one. I actually forgot to give recommendations to that one. For me, the one I would directly recommend against Castle Party, as giving you a lot of the same elements, but better in my opinion, is Silver and Gold, which sadly just went out of print, I believe. Pandasaurus was doing that one, so you might have to find a copy on the secondhand market, but that does everything that Castle Party does and does it better, in my opinion. Again, Castle Party is not bad, it just doesn't stand out to me. Then we have, later on Tuesday, we had a review for The Adventures of Robin Hood, which I really enjoyed. That one I gave a split review depending on the experience. As a game that I'm playing with my daughter and going through the experience together, it's a 4 out of 5 for me. Solid game, really enjoyable, very, very light. As a game that I'm considering for, compared to like something I'm going to sit down and play myself or play at game night, it's a 3 for me. I enjoy it. The general storyline, everything is interesting. Some aspects of the game are done really well, but the mechanics of the game are incredibly light, and like I said already, light is not inherently a critique, but in terms of the experiences I'm looking for, it depends on the game, and for what I would want out of Robin Hood, I would want more intricacy in the gameplay. So for me, it is a critique of the experience. Anyways, moving on, I think, here's an interesting one. This is a kind of separate conversation in its own right. For me, I think a game being light as a critique is a critique if it means I don't want to play it with other adults or by myself. If I then want to play the game with children only because of how light it is, that's when it's a critique for me. Not necessarily for you, but for me. So Tranquility is a very light game that I will happily play just with my wife, or anyone, or with you, whoever, I don't care. And I like that, so it's not a critique against Tranquility. Robin Hood is a game that I would not finish. If my daughter says she's done, I would not finish the game. So that's where it is a critique for me. And again, it's a nuance and it's personal and all that stuff, but anyways, that is Robin Hood. Then we move to Wednesday. Wednesday we had the top 100 beginning. So starting with, we had 10 games in there. You can check that out if you haven't already. But Nemesis is the biggest question for me. Nemesis is a game that either next year will be much higher up the top 100 or it'll be gone. I don't know which direction. And surprisingly enough, the game that actually is giving Nemesis the biggest competition is a game that you're probably going to criticize me for even saying out loud, but is Resident Evil. Specifically the newest Kickstarter. I have Resident Evil 3 as well, but specifically the newest Kickstarter. To me, that gives me a lot of the feeling I get from the tenseness of Nemesis, but I so far like the system better. Granted, by all means, throw whatever hate you want on me. I mean, Nemesis is number 23 on Board Game Geek, but I have had mixed experiences with it so far. I've had positive experiences and negative experiences with Nemesis, and I need to play it more to see where it lies. But anyways, that is Nemesis. That's my top 100 on Wednesday. On Thursday, my top 100 continued. This time we have some interesting ones. Some that are surprising to me, but it is what it is, which is Canvas. Canvas went way up. Canvas went from a game that I gave a 3 out of 5 to, at this point, it's a solid 4 for me. Not a 4.5 yet, but a solid 4 for me. I really enjoy Canvas. It is a good example of a game that is a lighter game that I will happily play with adults and enjoy myself. So that one rose a lot from being a 3 to being in my top 100. And then something that dropped a lot was Kingdom Rush. Kingdom Rush was one that was much higher last year and dropped significantly to my 80 to 90 bracket. Again, still top 100, still really like Kingdom Rush, but it did drop. It doesn't get tabled as much as I would like just because of the accessibility aspect, and that means I'm not playing it as much as I'd like, which means it does drop in my top 100. Then on Friday, Top 100 continues again. 3 days in a row, Top 100, trying to knock this out. And we have Super Fantasy Brawl is the one that dropped this time. Again, solid game behind me on the shelf over there. Doesn't get played as much as I would like, so it is down to the 70-80 category. Still a solid game, still a good game. And then we have Oracle of Delphi, which is an interesting one. Oracle of Delphi, I don't know which one it is. That's one of the Feld games that's in my top 100. We had some in the prior category too. But effectively, I have, like I said, 5 games from Feld in top 100. Feld is a fascinating designer who I generally like all of his designs, and which ones make their way into the top 100, which ones rank is an interesting conversation for me, because I don't always, my problem is very often I compare them. So if I have a choice between Bruges and Oracle of Delphi, I'm going to play Bruges. But I really like the Oracle of Delphi. So, like, it's a fascinating thing about the nature of playing things or not. I don't play as much as I'd like, but I do play it. I like that game, so there we go on Friday's video. Which brings us to today. Today we have, and this is tentative because I haven't filmed either of these yet. I have my notes all drafted, but I haven't filmed them yet, and running out of time. I have to film it, I have to edit it, I have to load it, I have to timestamp it, I have to thumbnail it, so things have to happen for these to actually go up. But I do have a video, the two reviews I currently have planned, if things go well. I told you, I'm running out of time, it's a crazy week. But the 2 videos I have planned for today are City of Spies. We have City of Spies, a review that is long overdue. A game I really, really like. I put it in my top 10 underrated games list that I did like a week ago. I really like City of Spies. I'm well overdue for a review of it. Just going into it, I think it's a solid game. And then we have later today we have a review for Hadrian's Wall. Again, if I actually have time. That one's trickier because my wife's going to want to be in that one because she likes that game. So she's going to want to be in that review. We'll see if she actually is or not. Depends on scheduling and whatnot. Hopefully she is. We'll figure it out. Either way, those are the 2 reviews going up today. And then next week we'll be continuing heavily in the top 100. And I don't know what else is happening next week because PAX. And I still need to film like half of next week's videos. So it's going to be a little struggling and it'll be a busy day. It will be a busy day. Which brings us to the games on the table. Games on the table, just a few things that I hope to play over the weekend. First of all, we have Detective Club. That's another Dixit-style game where you have cars and trying to give clues and things out. Looks like a fun little experience. I've heard good things. We have Factory Funner that just arrived from Board Games Table's last Kickstarter. I got the whole set of, all 3 games, but Factory Funner is definitely one that, I think Factory Funner is the one that most drew my attention, and the other 2 I was interested in as well. But I hope to dive into Factory Funner. We have Seven Wonders Architects, which I initially was skeptical of. I'm still skeptical of, to be clear. But effectively, it's been reviewed well so far, so I'm intrigued. I plan on playing that one. And Endangered, I'm really enjoying. I don't actually know if I logged my second play. I have to double check on that one. But I played this one twice so far. First play was very much on the fence. I played Endangered. I was very on the fence. I was like, this is fun. I don't know how fun it is, though, enough to keep it or not. Second play, I enjoyed a lot more, which means that's one of those things now where I need to see how the third and fourth play do. If they go back to the first play, this one will be gone. If they continue to climb or even stay the same as my second play, this will stick around. I really enjoyed my second play of Endangered. Anyways, that is everything in the week in review. Longer video. Time to go edit this and load it up so we can get more things done. Until next time, I am Alex Radcliffe from Board Game Co. If you're at PAX, I hope you're having a fun time. If you're not at PAX, I definitely hope you're having a fun time. I hope you're enjoying yourself, playing games, having fun. This hobby is a lot of fun things to do, and I just hope you're enjoying yourself. In any case, until next time, have a good one.